Coach.
And I'm Honeybee.
And this is his and her blueprint towards a rich lifestyle. My God, that sounds juicy.
I know, I like it.
His and her blueprint towards a rich lifestyle.
Yeah.
It almost sounds like, hey, you're looking at a get rich scheme video. This is not a good.
Not a get rich scheme video.
Not at all. This is definitely not a good rich scheme video. Why? Because I'm gonna read you the subtitle. The subtitle says, "Ways to maximize all your personal resources."
Yeah.
You get it?
Right.
Ways to maximize all your personal resources is about you.
Yeah.
What's in you.
Yep.
You are the human asset. If nobody ever told you that before, you are a human asset. If I invited you with me,
Yeah.
right, to go to a meeting, I'm about to sit with a billionaire, because we are millionaires already, right? So now we're about to sit with a billionaire. I'm bringing you with me because I want your natural resource, your personal resource.
Yeah.
I want you next to me, so when you hear something that doesn't sound good, your psychological resources say, "Coach, let me speak to you for a minute." Go and talk to you, Coach.
Yeah.
You know, so what happens, those personal resources, you know, it's like when a person goes to work and they say, "Not right now, I don't feel like it, I'm not with it today."
Yeah.
Because emotionally you may be drained.
Yeah.
So the personal resources we're talking about lead you towards those riches.
Yeah.
You know, so this is definitely not a get rich quick scheme.
No.
You know, don't let the rich fool you. What we're talking about is also the personal resources that you have.
Yeah.
Follow me? So in our last segment, you know, as we move on, in our last video we did.
We did a video last week, and we did it on the affirmation, "In life there will be many roads and paths, but all can't be chosen." And I gave my perspective on that affirmation statement, and Coach here gave his. I gave a woman's perspective and my own experience on that statement, and Coach gave a male perspective and his experience on that statement. And you know, if you joined us last week, if you've seen the last video, then very good.
Yeah, I know, right? So, but the thing is, if you didn't see the video, that's what it was about. You know, that was the affirmation that B and I went into, you know, giving you that his and her experience.
Yeah.
In life, there will be many roads and paths, but all can't be chosen.
Yeah.
We talked about that last week.
Yeah.
That his and her experience, we gave it. It's there. It's locked in for you. Go get it. Right?
Yeah.
If you wasn't, you know, a follower already.
And real quickly, before we move into this week's affirmation, I just want to give you just a small little snippet. My name is Honeybee, and we're here in the Atlanta, Georgia area, Marietta, Georgia, and we own In the City Wax Studio in Marietta, Georgia. And this is Coach, and he's a life coach, and he'll tell you a little bit more about himself, just in case you didn't see the introduction video. And what we're doing is a his and her live book, tuning in with you guys every week for our his and her segment, and we're going to go over just some life experiences just to help any of the business owners out there, or any people that are on the fence about being business owners, or just anything about life in general, just to help you with our own experiences. So yeah, thank you for joining us this week. And Coach, you want to add anything on about yourself?
I do. I mean, you know, they call me Coach because I'm a life coach. I do coaching for, first of all, coaching, you look at the videos, you'll see it. Really quickly, coaching is about me asking an individual the right question to help them explore values or something that may be in their way. Exactly. Exactly.
Their personal resources.
Their personal resources. Sometimes a person may not understand that level of personal resource they have, and my job is to kind of tap into that.
Yeah.
So that's why they call me Coach. And I do small business coaching as well, and that's why we're here.
Yes.
This is going to be a small business coaching for you.
Yes.
And what happened is, as you join us by, you know, typing in, adding your comments, you're going to become a part of this live book.
Yes. So make sure you message us any questions you have. All of our information is going to be in the description down below. And, you know, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And we got lots to come. So we're going to move right on into this week's affirmation.
This week's affirmation is something that B and I handpicked together because we thought it was important. Again, we've been business owners right now for 3 years.
Yes.
So we're on this journey with you. You're on this journey with us. We've had some success, you know, plucking at this business every day. And when you pluck at a business every day, you're experiencing something new.
Every day.
Every day, you know?
Yep.
So with this affirmation, I think it's perfect for this moment. So,
yeah.
Me read, you read, what do you want to do?
You can do it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'll take a sip for
A little thirsty.
a little thirsty. Get it right. So, wet the mouth. Capture as many moments and experiences as possible within life constant motion.
Yes.
Again, capture as many moments and experiences as possible within life's constant motion. Now I'm going to say this here. The last part says life constant motion, right? So constant motion is that's what we do.
Yes.
We're constantly moving, but what happened is those motions, those activities can become lost in something called distraction.
Yes.
Right? A book that I wrote, you know, I spoke about, I said, America is, I call America the United States of amnesia. Because we forget what we need to remember due to the distractions.
Yes.
The constant distractions. Because there's so much going on. You know, life motions, a lot of distractions going on.
Yes.
Right? So what happened is capture as many moments and experience as possible within the constant life moments. No,
Yes.
constant life motions.
The life's constant motions. Yeah. Distractions.
That's it. See that? Nevertheless, here we go. So the idea is there's something called mindfulness. You know, it's a mindfulness approach. They use mindfulness in yoga. They use mindfulness in the practice of Buddhism, and that helps you capture these moments and times. You know, because we get lost sometimes in the daily activity. And when we're able to capture the moment and kind of like be here right now for you, you know, we're able to take the information that's coming in that moment and be able to utilize it and exhaust it at its most effective and optimize it, you know, as much as possible. You know, so being in the moment and mindfulness, that's a practice. You can look it up. Everything we talk about, I want to always say, please Google it.
Yeah.
You follow me? So it's not like taking what we're saying. It's saying, okay, let me continue to validate what they're talking about and able to learn more. You will only learn through research.
Yep.
Got it? So being in the moment is about capturing those moments. Being in the moment. Have you had a relationship where, you know, like your first boyfriend, your first girlfriend, and y'all talked on the phone for like 3 hours?
Yeah, I fall asleep on the phone. You go to sleep first. You go to sleep first. You hang up first. You hang up first.
Exactly. So what happened is, and then y'all talk the next day like, my God, we was on the phone for 3 hours.
Yeah.
It's like, what happened? You were in the moment.
Yep.
You know, so what I'm trying to express with this here as well is like, in business, you know, when I'm corresponding with individuals, what I would do is sometimes we had affirmation. We had an affirmation about all I want, all I need is in
me. All I want and all I need is in me. All I want and all I need is in me.
So what happened is, there were times where before I would go into meetings, I would say that.
Yeah.
You know, in order to be in the moment. Because when you go into a meeting when you go into a meeting, something really important to you, whether it's the bank, whether it's a business, a vendor, some kind of business relationship, you're going to have to put yourself in the moment and shrug off all those experiences that you've had
all day long.
All day long.
All day.
Yes,
your past experiences all day long.
Yeah.
The whole time.
The whole time. It's kind of like, okay, intentionally getting in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So, tell me, why do we want to be in a moment? We want to be in a moment in order to do what, B?
To show, for me, being in the moment for me, like, I'm just going to use an example, like with my clients when they come. Sometimes I have back-to-back clients, and I try to focus on the client as an individual so they can feel important. They're talking to me about their lives, their kids, their trips, and I want to make sure that they know that I'm present. Because I can tell when I'm talking to someone and their mind is like wandering off and they're not in the moment with you, they're not engaging, they're not listening to you. And it's a very good business practice to be in the moment with other people because they can tell if you're not in the moment with them, if you're not interested, if you're just veering off into the sky. So you definitely want to be in the moment, especially during these meetings that you have.
For sure.
Don't think about all your other things going on.
No, you're going to have to be present. So these really important activities of business are captured.
Yeah.
You're capturing these moments.
Yeah.
And you're
making connections with people.
You're making connections with people, like sincere connections with people.
Yeah.
And guess what they do? They tell others.
Yeah, they like the way you make them feel because people like to connect with other people. So when you connect with someone, they're like, oh, I had a client today. I waxed her friend like 1 year ago. Her friend ended up moving. But she called her and said, I can't find a waxing studio open on a Sunday. And the girl was like, oh, I went to this place. And she referred, 1 year ago I waxed this lady. She doesn't even live in the state anymore.
Oh, wow.
But because I engage with my clients and I engage with people, they know that I'm connecting with them and they refer me to other people.
Boom. See, so we have some more to talk to you about concerning the idea of how powerful it is to capture the moments and be in the moment. You can learn from it. You get, you get referrals from it. People tell others. You know what they always say about someone like Barack Obama, the president, someone like Bill Clinton. Mm-hmm. They always said, these individuals made me feel like in a room full of people that only saw me.
Yes.
Because they were talking to me directly.
Yes.
When you are, corresponding about your business, you're going to have to be focused, present in the moment so individuals can connect with you.
Yes.
Extremely important.
Sometimes it can be a little difficult, though. Yes. I just thought about this one situation where I was speaking to someone.
That's why we're talking about this, because it's difficult.
I had this one situation that just popped in my mind where I was talking to someone, a former employer of mine, and she was giving me some directives to do, and she was talking, and then I just stopped for a moment and said, you know what? I really was distracted in my brain. I'm so sorry, and I apologize. And I asked her to tell it to me again because I didn't want to miss something. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? Being honest, I really did not hear you. You don't really want to do that, but too much. You want to get into the habit of being in the moment. But that was a time where I wasn't in the moment, and I felt like I missed something. Yeah. And when you're not in the moment, you miss things.
You miss something. Well, let me tell you something, because in the past videos, I also expressed that I've been a therapist for 20 years, and that what B just did was good practice. Yeah. Because it would tell the person that you're corresponding with about your business, which is very important to you. Yeah. And you're corresponding with somebody concerning, business. That's saying to them, this person is honest. Yeah. This person is honest. This person blacked out on me, but saying, you know what? Please forgive me. Can you repeat that again? Yeah. don't lose the message.
Yeah.
That's the idea. Don't lose the message. You know,
Yeah.
there's something, I mean, we have so much to talk about, my God, but we're not going to give you everything in this video. But however,
you have to stay tuned.
You got to stay tuned. But there's something, there's a book called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And one of them is seek information first, you know, then to be understood. Seek information first.
I've heard you say that before.
Right? So what happened is when you tell a person as be expressed, you know what, I zoned out. Please repeat that again. They will respect you even further.
Yeah.
You know, so the idea is being present, being in the moment, and getting across what you need to get across and receiving.
Yeah.
You know, and capturing that moment. Because if you're all over the place, you miss it. And that moves on to the next point, which is something called grace. You know, me and B, we talked about it, you know, and we looked at grace as something good.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Yeah.
And what happened is something good is always taking place.
Yeah.
Always. But what happened is when we're not in the principle of in the moment, we miss grace all the time.
Yeah.
You know, grace is always there.
So like missing it comes from
the distractions that we have every day.
Or even the distractions in your mind.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's all about.
Yes.
Because so what happens is here, that's why some people meditate.
Yes.
So they can reflect and capture the grace.
Yes, yes, yes.
You follow me? Grace is always there.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, when you able to say, hold up, I just caught a thought.
Yeah.
It's one of those. Wait, no, nobody talk to me. I think I want to start a business.
Yeah.
Grace. It comes through you. It comes through your mind. It comes through your heart. It comes through you every day. The good comes through you. It's just trying to lower the distractions in your life in order to receive and catch that grace.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? And catch that grace. So,
and you put here jewels of the process.
that was something that I put there, kind of piggybacking off of what you were saying.
Yeah.
Such as, like, you know, in the process of what we do in business, in everyday living, it's like there's jewels all over the place.
Yep. And jewels is like the grace that we have, jewels and the lessons that we're learning.
Exactly.
And, you know, just all the goodness that's coming along. In the midst of anything that might be negative too, you know?
Yeah.
So you're still learning a lesson from all of it, so.
And if you're not present, you don't catch it.
Yeah.
If you're not focused, you're not catching it.
Yeah.
So that's the idea. Again, capture as many moments and experience as possible. Capture them. It's real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, years ago, I always said, I try my best not to allow experience that I have with people go unnoticed. Because there's jewels in that conversation, in that interaction that you have with people. You know, so it goes into the reflection part.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like when you have these experiences and you kind of not you're not in the moment and you're not attentive.
Yeah.
You know, you can't reflect on them.
Yeah.
Because you lost them.
Yeah. The reflection piece for me, okay, so I was telling Coach earlier, like a habit that I've adapted to, kind of picked up since being in business. I get up at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning and my day is till 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night every day. And it's okay, because at this point in my 30s, I'm focused on business. So, you know, a lot of people get it done over in their 20s, and I'm focused on business in my 30s and career. So I'm very career driven at this point, so it's okay. So what I do is sometimes when I'm driving home at night, I don't put the radio on. I just reflect on all of the activities on the day. Because a lot of times y'all find myself, people saying, oh, well, I don't have time to really sit and think, or I don't have time. You drive, you take a shower, So during these times that you're driving, don't put the radio on. Don't talk to your husband or your friends or your family. And or if you come home and you get in the shower, you know, and some people are like, oh, I don't have time to take a shower at night. So just do it in the morning. Reflect on the day before, or just reflect on what is coming for you that day. What are your activities for that day? If you're too tired for a shower at night, I get that too. And then sometimes in the morning you get up and you take a shower. Reflect on the future activities for that day in the shower, that 5-10 minutes. I'm telling you, it will lessen anxiety and the feelings of being overwhelmed with all of the activities that I have going on, because it's kind of like you're doing a checklist. You're telling yourself what activities you have to do, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just like you're organizing your brain, so you're just not all over the place, scattered, and then you start to forget things, and then you become overwhelmed, and then you have anxiety. And I'm just speaking from my own experience, because that's how I used to be, and now, you know, most days I'm able to manage it.
Got it.
Most days I'm able to manage it because I reflect on all of the things that I have going on during quiet time, and my quiet time is during an activity that I'm going to do anyway. Yeah, that's it for that.
So no, that's not it. I mean, you said a lot of stuff. But one of the things I want to capture that B said is the word managing. Manage.
Yeah.
You follow me? So manage. That's our whole experience that we're gonna have with you. It's about being the constant manager in your own life.
Yep.
Manage. So it's
Very
like
good.
manage your day. So be in the moment as much as possible. We're not perfect.
No.
Definitely not. You're not perfect. So be in the moment as much as possible. So at the end of the night, you may be able to reflect on what you went through.
Yeah.
So you can capture those moments. And B actually took it a step further. She said, if you forget at night, or you don't feel like, you know, taking a shower, so you can catch that moment.
Yeah.
In the morning, get ready for the next day.
Yeah.
What am I expecting? You know, I talked to B before about it, something called the law of anticipation.
Yeah.
You know, what am I anticipating today?
Yeah.
You know, what is going on today? What do I have to do today? So what that does is actually helps you capture the moments because you're expecting them.
Yep.
You get it?
Yeah. One more thing.
And lessen anxiety, as B said.
Yeah, and that's what I want to say. Like, trust me, all of these tools that we will be sharing with you along this journey has come from our own crazy mess. Our own crazy mess, trying things out that didn't work, figuring things out that do work, and then coming up with a blueprint to share them with others, because we didn't just wake up, we're born, and now we're here. Like, and daily activities that come from chaotic messes. So, yes, that we're trying to manage them well and create wonderful things out of them. So yeah, it's just not a perfect life. Yeah, it's very fun though. We're having fun.
We're having fun, and we're learning.
I'm learning a lot.
Yeah. So am I. We're gonna be sharing with you. I mean, I think B wrapped it up with that.
Yeah.
And we just want to close with the affirmation. Just give it to you one more time about being in the moment as much as possible.
Yeah.
In order to capture your grace, in order to allow the person that you're talking to know that you're present, and you know, you are sincere in your interaction. It says, capture as many moments and experiences as possible
within
life's constant motion. Okay?
Yeah.
So be present as much as possible. Understand there's a lot of distractions every day that we all experience.
Yeah.
Understand that.
Be
Accept
grateful too. Try to find gratitude every day.
Yeah, try to find gratitude every day. You know? Mm-hmm. And the distractions are there.
Even if it's for water.
Even if it's for water. There's toast on the water. You thought it was coffee.
Yeah, or tea.
Yeah, I look like I drink coffee.
We do drink
I
coffee.
do yoga.
So that's gonna be it for today, you guys. Thank you for joining us on our His and Her channel and letting us share this journey and these affirmations with you. Let's get to, I always say like a small number, trying to be humble. Coach wants like 50,000 likes.
1,000. It takes 20,000 for YouTube to pay attention. And that's another jewel for you. We need 20. Yes, but we appreciate whatever.
Yeah, no, so make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and share to all your friends. So much more coming. Thank you, Coach. And
thank you.
We'll see you again next time. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
I always have this anxiety that it's not recording.